Okay, Sujiso. In this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about friends. Do you have many friends?
I would say I have a good number of friends, yes. I have a small group of very close friends, people I've known for a long time and feel I can share almost anything with, like family, really. Then I also have a wider circle of friends and people I know through work or hobbies, so it's a nice balance, I find.
How often do you usually see your friends?
It really changes depending on everyone's schedules because life can get quite busy for all of us. With my closest friends, I make an effort to see them at least once every week or perhaps every other week, even if it's just for a quick coffee or to share a meal. With my broader group of friends, it might be less often, maybe once a month or when we get together for social events. We also keep in touch regularly through messages and calls, which definitely helps to stay connected between the times we meet in person. What do you and your friends usually do together? We enjoy doing all sorts of things together. Common activities include going out for meals. We all really enjoy trying new places to eat. We also like watching movies, either going to the cinema or just relaxing at someone's home. Sometimes we just meet up for a casual chat over a cup of coffee or tea, which is always nice. If the weather is good, we might go for a walk in a local park or even try some light outdoor activities. Now and then we plan something a bit bigger, like a day trip to a nearby town or going to a concert if there's an artist we all like. It really depends on how we're feeling and what opportunities come up.
In your opinion, what are the most important qualities of a good friend?
That's a great question. For me, one of the most important qualities in a good friend is being trustworthy. It's so important to know that you can trust your friend completely, that you can tell them things in confidence and they won't share it. Another absolutely vital quality is loyalty. A good friend is someone who supports you and stands by you, not just when things are easy, but also when times are tough. Being a good listener is also crucial. A friend who genuinely listens to you and tries to understand what you're going through is invaluable. And I think having a good sense of humor really helps too. Being able to laugh together makes any friendship stronger and much more enjoyable. Finally, being supportive. Knowing your friend is there to encourage you, believe in you, and offer support when you need it most.
Do you prefer to have one or two close friends or a large group of friends?
Personally, while I do enjoy being part of a wider social circle for certain activities, I place a very high value on having one or two extremely close friends. I find that with a smaller number of really close friends, you can build deeper, more meaningful connections. You can share more of yourself, be more vulnerable, and build a level of trust and understanding that might be a bit harder to achieve in a very large group, where interactions can sometimes be more superficial. That being said, having a larger group is also fun for social gatherings and getting different viewpoints, so perhaps having a balance is ideal, but those truly close friendships are particularly precious and important to me.
Thank you. It sounds like a very special friendship indeed.
Yes, it really is. I value it immensely, more than words can probably say. Part 3. Two-way discussion.
We've been talking about a friend who has played an important part in your life. Now I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to friendship. In what ways do you think technology has changed how people make and maintain friendships? Technology has had an absolutely massive impact, I think, on both how people make new friends and how they keep up with existing friendships. And it's a bit of a mixed bag with both good and bad points. On the positive side, it has made it so much easier to stay connected with friends, especially those who live far away or in different countries. Social media platforms, messaging apps, and video calls allow us to share updates about our lives, see each other's faces, and communicate almost instantly, which can really help maintain those important bonds across distances. It can also help people find others who share very specific or niche interests, leading to new friendships that might not have been possible to form otherwise. However, on the downside, sometimes I feel that online interactions can feel a bit superficial or less personal compared to face-to-face connections. There's also the risk of miscommunication when you're just relying on text, as you miss out on tone of voice and body language. And perhaps there's a danger that people might spend less time investing in deeper in-person friendships if they feel they have many online friends. So it's definitely a powerful tool, but one that I think needs to be used mindfully to enhance rather than completely replace genuine real-world connection. Do you think it's easier to make friends as a child or as an adult? Why? I generally believe it's often, though not always, easier to make friends as a child. When you're a child, you're usually in environments like school, after-school clubs, or playgrounds where you're constantly surrounded with other children of a similar age. Children, by their nature, tend to be more open, less self-conscious, and bond more readily over shared play and simple common interests, like a favorite game or cartoon. Friendships can form quite spontaneously and without much deliberate effort. As an adult, life often becomes more structured and significantly busier with work responsibilities, family commitments, and other adult concerns. There might be fewer natural, unforced opportunities to meet new people outside of your existing circles. Adults can also be a bit more cautious, perhaps due to past experiences or have already established social circles, which can sometimes make it a bit more challenging to break into new groups or form new, deep connections. That's not to say it's impossible to make friends as an adult, of course, but it often requires more conscious effort, like joining a new group or actively seeking out new connections.
What role do you think shared interests play in forming strong friendships?
Shared interests definitely play a very significant role, especially in the initial stages of forming a friendship, acting as a kind of starting point. When you discover you have common hobbies or passions with someone, whether it's a love for the same kind of music, being fans of the same sports team, enjoying similar books, or participating in the same activities, it gives you an immediate common ground and plenty to talk about right away. It provides natural opportunities to spend time together doing things you both genuinely enjoy, which helps to build rapport, create positive shared experiences, and make the initial connection feel easy and fun. However, while shared interests can be a great way to bring people together, I think for a friendship to become truly strong, deep, and lasting, other qualities like trust, mutual respect, genuine support, and good, open communication become even more important over time. Shared interests can light the spark, but it's often shared values and a real emotional connection that keep the flame of a deep friendship burning.
Some people say that it's impossible to have a true friendship with someone from a very different background or culture. What is your opinion?
I respectfully have to disagree with that statement. While friendships with people from very different backgrounds or cultures might present some unique initial challenges, such as differences in communication styles, social customs, or perhaps even worldviews, I firmly believe that true, genuine friendship can absolutely transcend these differences. In fact, I think such friendships can be incredibly enriching and valuable. They offer wonderful opportunities to learn so much about the world, to broaden your own understanding of different ways of life, and to challenge your own assumptions in a positive way. The core elements of a strong friendship, like trust, respect, empathy, kindness, and a willingness to support one another, are universal human qualities that are not limited by cultural boundaries. If these fundamental elements are present, and there's a genuine curiosity and willingness from both sides to understand and appreciate each other's differences, then I think a very deep and meaningful friendship is certainly possible, and often incredibly rewarding.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.